Hello everybody, my name is Farmer Phil, and today, as you can see behind me, we are going to take a look at our collection of vintage silage harvesters. So we've precision chops and one single chop, so we'll have a look at them. Also, this is going to be part of a playlist, this is the first video in the playlist, but when I get around to it, of a machinery tour, an in-depth machinery tour. So we're taking time to look at the machinery we have and explain a bit about them, because I wouldn't be able to do all in the one video and keep it under half an hour really. So we're going to go and we'll look at these now, and I'm also going to play back some clips that I have of these machinery working at vintage silage days and the likes. So we will get into. Also, this is Sunday, it's the last day to get yourself a baseball cap that I do not have in my head. Christ, I should have brought one out when I was coming out. But baseball cap is the last day to get one. In the description down below, you can head over the link. You get a cap for €10. Literally the cost of buying them. You can't get them any cheaper than that. And the proceeds of whatever I can sell will be going back into more merchandise of some description. I think by what the last video was saying, hoodies seems to be the big one. So I will try and get some hoodies if I can get enough sold to raise the price of buying a few hoodies. So anyways, we'll get to the video now. So you can see there, first in the lineup is our JF Universal FH113 single chop harvester. So literally with single chop, all it is there's a flail in underneath these here. You won't see it, but there's a flail in there, and it just literally, like a hedge cutter, flicks it off and then out the chute. It's an old harvester. I actually forgot to double check with my father what the ages of all the harvesters were before I did the video. So my bad, I'll put them in post. So you can see it's an old harvester because it's on the old handlebar system. You'll see footage there now of it on, I think it was a 148 Massey Ferguson, cutting away grass, working away. But anyways, that's the single chop harvester. This year to Vintage Silage Day we had it on our nut field there, but we couldn't get the nut field started in the field, so we didn't get caught any silage with it, which was unfortunate. So then behind that then we have a JF FC80. It's one of the last of the FC80s to be made, or Viking 80. It's a JF FC80 anyways, but one of the last ones to be made. Again, I don't know the age of it, but I remember my father saying it was one of the last ones to be made because it's on an electronic box. For the spout and for the lever, it's all electronic. So the FC80 was a very simple drum harvester. So precision chops. You can see the two spider wheels there. They went on either side, and I narrowed in the sward. Perfect for a 5'6" sward. 8-foot sward, very, very tricky in an 8-foot sward, especially if it was wet. We run it on the Ursus one year, as you can see there, and then the last 2 years my uncle will come down and he put on the 6270. It was actually my grandfather, my granny and granddad now on my mother's side, they used to have an FC80, and my uncle would have used it, and the 6270, the amount of power that of the 6270 on that machine, it blew for all of Ireland. A ferocious little harvester. Where that harvester actually come out of, where did it come out of? That one come out of somewhere in Scotland. I cannot remember. Was it Carlisle? It was at me mother and father went over to drop my sister to college one of the years she started, and they brought home the harvester. My father actually seen it on, it was the Farming Forum, or the farmingforum.co.uk, or one of them websites anyways. Someone was advertising it. £200. It is in pretty much mint well, maybe not mint, but it's in very good condition. The reason for £200 was the last time it was after it was used last on the farm that we bought it, or farmer we bought it off. His father put a new set of knives in the harvester, and the knives for the harvester cost £200, and he was just looking for that back. I think it was, they did that during the winter, and then the story was then the next year they got a contractor in just to speed up the job with a bigger harvester, and then the machine was parked, and that's how we come to have it. So that originally come out of Scotland. So then we move on to our New Holland 717. So this harvester is the same harvester as you may have seen in some of my Throwback Thursday videos on the 298. it was literally, my father was yearning back for the time when they did have a 717, even though, as he says himself, they weren't the fondest of memories, as it's not a great harvester in wet silage. But again, precision chop harvester, there's a drum in at the back, chops it on a shear bar, up and out the chute. So we come to have this harvester actually, you might remember in, I think it was the video, the 2720 and the 900, or maybe I didn't say it, but anyways, when my father cut in silage for contract, he used to cut with a 717, and he upgraded the tractor. He had a 699 and he upgraded to a 2720, a much stronger harvester. And anyways, when he was pulling a 27 or pulling a 717 with the 2720, on the one day he rung the studs that held on the gearbox. I'll see if I can make my way over to it now, because it's the shed is quite full. We pack in as much as we can. It's like a game of Tetris. But in there, well, the main gearbox in there, he sheared the bolts, held the gearbox to the chassis 3 times in the one day. Literally just too much power in the 2720 for what the harvester was designed for. And on his 3rd time going back in to the dealership to get another set of studs, the owner of the shop says, now my father was a young man, and the story goes that he says, young man, now your tractor is far too powerful for that wee harvester. He says, come out the back now and I'll show you a better one. And my father went out the back, and this harvester was in the dealership. It was only a couple of years old, or no, it was older. To be perfectly honest, I can't remember how old this harvester is. But anyways, this harvester was in the shop only after getting a full refurbishment, everything done on it. And there was a JF 900, which is not that one now, but there was a JF 900 in there. And he wanted, it was two grand more for it. And my father decided to bite the bullet, and he bought the JF 900. He never looked back. And it's actually in the video that I have at the Throwback Thursday with the 2720 and the JF 900. That is the JF 900. But anyways, so how we come to have this harvester after that was the dealership has their own farm, and they brought the harvester to cut their own silage that year. They cut the silage that year, parked it in a shed, and then the following years, then they got a contractor. And this harvester, literally one season done with a whole new set of knives, pickup, tines, everything. Literally only used the once. And we have this harvester. How many years have we this harvester? I think we've had this harvester, this is 4 years now, or 3 years. It's 3 or 4 years we had this harvester. And my father knew where the harvester was, and he approached the farmer that had it and says would he be willing to part with it, and he was. So that's how we come to have this harvester. 717, one my father nearly bought back in the day and ended up with it in the end. But a lovely little harvester. It is designed for pulling a trailer behind. You can just about see the drawbar there for pulling. It does struggle to side fill. You have to keep very, very tight to the tractor. That's very, very tight to it to be able to side fill and then take off the panels. It's not designed for side filling, but for the vintage silage day, just for the crack, we pull the horn, take off the side crates and fill it is the handiest. Just something I forgot to say with the other harvesters. That we have 2 years. We come to have that single chop. I think it was one of the men that come to the silage day, used it and then wanted to sell it. And my father wanted a single chop, so he bought it there and then. And the JF, we have that. The FC80, we have that 3 years. I'm pretty sure it's 3 years. We have it now. Yeah, it's the first year. Yeah, we have it 3 years now. So we'll move on then to, which was the last harvester we got. We got these 2 harvesters the same year. So I suppose we'll start off with the Claas Jaguar 51. So this is a flywheel harvester, so slightly different from the other harvesters. So you have your pickup, it goes in into the feed rollers, and then it's a flywheel in at the back there. I don't think there's a panel I can open to show you, but it's a flywheel, chops it on a shear and up and out the spout. Savage little harvester, an absolute brute of a harvester. This harvester come out of Manchester. Same again, my father I think seen it on eBay and bid to be the winner, and it went over and picked it up. Wait, or was it the other one in Manchester? Yeah, that one was out. Is it that one was out Scotland? That one was out Manchester. Oh fuck me, I can't remember for the life of me. Look, it doesn't matter anyways. So that one out of Scotland. This harvester come out of Manchester, literally just outside of the city of Manchester. As I said, my father seen it on eBay, bought it in very nice condition. This is a 1995 harvester. I read it off the thing, so I know that. So it's a 1995 harvester. A sweet, sweet machine for lifting grass. Very sweet machine. It can side fill. It has the hitch on it for doing the trail harvesting. But lovely. I've lifted silage with this before, and it's an absolute sweet harvester for lifting a bit of grass. Absolutely sweet harvester for lifting a bit of grass. So anyways, that's the story with that. Anyways, so then we move on to the last but not least, our JF 900 harvester. So this harvester actually belongs to my granny and granda, my mother's parents. They had it, as I was saying earlier, they started off with a JF FC80, similar to that, only an older model, and when they traded up then, they got the JF 900, and they actually pulled their JF 900, was it 2640 or 2720? One or the other. Now, I don't have any footage of this harvester lifting because we only used it the once. It is in need of some repair, which hopefully I'll have done for next year. But as you can, I'll just play over the 2720 and our old setup with the JF 900 working. But I got this off my granny and granddad. I asked to borrow it for the silage day, and the year that I used it, I borrowed a 399 off a friend of my father to pull it. What's wrong with this harvester at the minute is it needs a whole new set of cams for the pickup, a whole new set of knives, and a shear bar. Other than that, the harvester is 100%. Oh, and also the means of using the flap and the spout and all of that is on chest valves and pipes, and there's a bit of sorting in that to get it right. But other than that, well, I suppose there's a bit of good before. Other than that, it's not too bad. Hopefully now for next year I'll get it done. I'd really like to be able to lift a bit of silage. As my father sees it now, the last time I says, what's the next harvester we're going to buy? He said, no more harvesters. He said, we have enough harvesters for now anyways. But one harvester I would quite like to get. I suppose I'll just turn around the camera now. But one harvester I'd quite like to get would be a JF 1100. We used to have a JF 1100. We used to pull it with the 3690 and also pull it with the A120. The A120 used to have enough power, so it was mostly the 3690 pulled it. But if I ever got 3690, JF 1100 will be the next yoke on my list to get. Might be a bit of an expensive harvester to get, but because trail harvesters are pretty much gone obsolete as of the last couple of years, just because of the time it takes, in a contracting perspective they are very much obsolete, but for a man doing his own silage, when you have the help, it's a cheap way of getting your own silage cut. Slow way, but cheap way. But anyways, if I was to get another harvester, that's what I would like to get, a JF 1100, big harvester, get a big 3690, and that would be the dream outfit for me anyway. But anyways, I think that's it. Now, this is trail harvester. I know we have a big Jag just over the other end of the shed. That's for a separate video. But anyways, so that's our silage harvester collection. Hope you enjoyed this video. I hope you enjoyed having a look at the machinery working. All the editing I'm going to have to do with this video is going to be horrendous. But anyways, I hope you really enjoyed it. I'll probably really enjoy looking back at it when I do get it done. But I'm going to leave it at that. Just us. Remember, caps are on sale. Today is the last day to get them. So if you are looking to get a cap at a reduced price, go into the description down below. Head over to eBay. Get yourself a cap. Also, Farm Walk is coming up soon. Farm Walk is on the 23rd of November, 1 to 3 p.m. Here is the flyer for it, so you can see the address there. So if you are looking to come, that is the address. More than welcome. Everyone is welcome. It's not just for Machra members. It is well open for everyone to come. And I'll have some leaflets on the day of some of the stats in the farm to do with the weights of the different breeds, sickness rates, a couple of different things from my database that I want just to share, so people can get a feeling for how we do our job and all of that. But yeah, that is really, I don't think there is anything else. I can't have anything else. So anyways, this video is going to be part of a series of videos that will probably take most of the winter, if not more than all of the winter, to eventually put up. But this is going to be part of a series of an in-depth look at the machinery we have in completion then to a full farm tour, which I probably will do a full machinery tour at a later date with less of the backstory to machinery, literally just going around JF FH113, yada yada yada, quick and easy. But that is it for me. I hope you enjoyed this video. Any comments, anything like that, as always, hit me down in the comments down below. I'm going to leave it at that. Good luck.